Anyways, guys, so I'm just gonna make a video. It's probably gonna suck shit and be boring. It's depressing. Might as well just turn it off now. I'm only just really recording this to get it off my chest because I highly doubt anyone will give a shit. So a little over a week ago now, I participated in a Meet the Victims. We locked down a barn for several hours. Pig barn, we saw a lot of atrocities. I laid down beside a pig who must have been dying. She had wounds all over. I was literally laying in her blood, and she was still trying to communicate with me. And we saw like a fucking miscarriage just flopped out behind the back of a pig who was so confined in her crate she couldn't even turn around to look at the mess that was supposed to be her baby. I ducked into a room and I saw dead piglets. I assumed they were dead. They looked dead. They weren't very lively. Well, their mom was feeding the other ones, and the mom, unable to move, unable to do anything to help her. Whether the piglets were dead or not, they were sick. They were not moving. I was in there several seconds. They didn't move. And the mom had no way to offer any assistance. So what I'm trying to get at is it was a depressing experience. It for me, I don't know. I mean, it raised a lot of questions on how I want to go forward, if I want to go forward. I mean, we're living in a world that is so cruel that we are the bad guys, the bad people, for breaking into this barn, for walking into this barn. We didn't break in. We're the bad guys, even though animals were suffering. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, look at what's happening to people. For example, if you're not a vegan, I'll flip it over to people, everyone can seem to get behind, except for the fact I'm going to talk about poor people. I mean, I don't know about you, I work every day, 5 days a week anyways, and I'm barely making it because everything costs so much money nowadays. Used to be a man could go and do his job and support a family. He didn't have to be a bloody a marine biologist, or make $500,000 a year to raise a family. A guy could be a blue collar worker and still provide a home and vacations and quality food for his family. And those days are gone, at least where I live. And it's not getting any better. I don't know. I mean, if we can't even treat the weakest, most helpless beings among us, the animals, if we can't even show them mercy, how are we going to go forward? Is there any point on going forward? Excuse me, I don't know, I just a little choked up, but I lost my train. I told you this video was going to suck. Hopefully you've tuned out by now. This is more for me just to speak about it, my experiences last week. And I should be very happy right now. I'm dating a wonderful woman, but I question my ability to even be a loving partner. Who am I? What in the hell am I even trying to accomplish here anymore? I felt like I had my focus. I do my job, I do my animal activism, and everything else was supposed to fall into place. And to a certain extent, I guess, it has to a certain extent. But I mean, I'm down, guys. I'm down. Like, I'm almost out. How to go forward after seeing what I saw last weekend. and trying to be normal and play soccer with a 7-year-old daughter of my new partner, and just a wonderful kid, and I have a wonderful girlfriend, and I feel I'm not worthy. I feel that I'm not good enough. I feel that I'll never be good enough. In other words, what happened to me after leaving that barn last weekend was the atrocities that I witnessed. Once the shock of that, once the elation, there was initial elation of having done this and, captured all this stuff on video that we can share with the world. Then the depression kicked in, the sadness of what we saw. I'll speak for myself, the sadness of what I saw. And then, going through a work week, and then trying to normalize this weekend, and realizing that what I saw last weekend brought up my own issues from my own childhood that are, let's be honest, they're never really that far from the surface, but it just really brought it into focus. And I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm pretty close again to the edge of something pretty dark. Hopefully talking about this, and nobody watches my fucking YouTube channel anyway, except for a few of you. And if you're still watching, thank you. And I'm sorry. I apologize. This video sucks. Most of my videos suck. I suck at activism. I suck at YouTube. I suck at life. I suck at being a partner. Just ask what's her name. Fucking, I don't know. I tried my best, man. I just suck, man. So whatever comes of this action that we did last weekend, we were all arrested. Only the one person, there is no leader. The one person was taken into custody for reasons unknown. Why they chose that person, I don't know. But we were all had our ID taken, our pictures taken. So whatever comes of that, at the end of the day, I mean, does it even really fucking matter? I mean, animals are suffering and dying, and nobody cares. We're like dead piglets, like dead freaking, not abortions, but what do you call it? Miscarriages. I mean, these animals are living in crates, and they can't even turn around. They can't even look at their dead babies, I mean, so I'm repeating myself, but I just can't emphasize it enough. This world, we have let it become so diabolical and jaded. I don't know. I mean, a lot of conspiracy people are going to say somebody has pushed us. As a religious person might say the devil has pushed us in this direction. An anti-government person would say, that the leadership of the government has, got us so jaded and heartless, so we can continue destroying the earth and mining everything out of our home until, like locusts. The truth may be a bit of both, and a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not smart enough to think of, and that just gets back to my point. I mean, I'm just a fucking guy that wanted to help animals. I'm not one of these super intellectual guys or gals that goes around and can give speeches and inspire people through their wisdom and their knowledge of the facts and figures. My whole point for ever becoming an animal activist, at least as far as doing internet stuff, was to bring my perspective, which is my own unique perspective. It's not based on it's my own interpretation of what I've seen and what I've experienced. And it turns out nobody really gives a shit, man. I mean, I did the best I could. I'm having a bad day. I'll probably still do stuff, but to what effect? Who's to know? Probably this video will get taken down because I'm playing the fucking Cranberries. They seem to fit the mood, but you know, copyright laws, whatever. I'm gonna shut it down, guys. Thank you. If you listened this far, you're my hero. And you probably got too much time on your hands. I joke. I joke. I'm just having a bad day, guys. I hope you're having a good day. And if you are watching this and you're not a vegan, or you're not concerned about the earth, think again, man. I mean, we've only got one home, this planet. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe this guy with his fancy Tesla car is going to go up there and colonize Mars or something. You really think you and I are going to be invited? You think the guy working, you know, down at the factory, the guy, you know, they're going to need some people to sweep their floors up there, but the vast majority of us are going to be left here in the shithole that we've created, the shithole we call Earth. And it may be too late to turn it around, but it's not going to hurt to try. And one of the first things we could do would be to end animal agriculture. And the first step to doing that, the baby step, is for us to go vegan. And I recommend you do so. Peace out.